joining us for this session, for this episode, is John. He's got a great Irish last name, Scoveman. Scoveman.
Yeah, right.
I said it right. There you go. So that's John wanted to put his 2 cents in our podcast here.
It's really funny. I got, CBS. I don't hear from, I hear from them. I don't hear from them. So it's the 2 days before I'm leaving and I get a email from them. They want me to do a tagline. And I'm thinking, seriously, you got to be kidding me.
Nice.
So, so I did. It was one of my voiceovers that I had done before. It was Denver Urology, and but they wanted to change the number and the thing, and I think they paid me $75 to do it. It wasn't that, and it kind of worked. I did the studio. It kind of seemed to work okay.
Nice.
It was really funny though. Instead of using my Audio Technica mic, I used my Yeti. It was really interesting. I had to, because I don't really have like a desk or anything like that. So I was somehow able to set the Yeti on the kind of contraption, the pole that the Audio Technica is on. I was able to put the Yeti right there. So I could stand up and do the voiceover. And it worked. I don't know.
Good.
Yeah.
Nice.
So, trying to get paid $75 though was a nightmare. CBS, I had to go into you just don't send an invoice and they pay. I had to go into this Graphite Connect and fill out all these forms. I said, my God, this is almost, they should really pay me more to just fill out this form. It took me forever.
Yeah.
I hope that's a one-time deal with the form.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they just want the W-9 and all this other stuff, but they already had that on me, but I guess they changed whoever is doing their billing now. So I had to redo it. So whatever. Anyway, so that was my thing.
Well, that's good. Did a little gig before you went on your little vacation.
Oh, I know, really.
Yeah.
I have a couple of questions because I was looking at my to-do list from last time and I have on it, George Whitman, Rack and Stack. What is that? And what am I supposed to do with that?
We talked about George creates these stacks for your VO when in your system. They're basically like plugins that he puts together for your recording. So
you don't have to set things up like sound and all this other stuff. He creates all that for you.
Right. When you start your recording, there's a stack of audio plugins that are all set for your voice to make your voice sound golden.
Okay. All right. Well, and you just make an appointment with him to do that, I guess.
Did I explain that right, guys?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, it takes care of noise reduction and stuff like that.
Yeah,
okay.
And clicks and pops and things like and that's something I've been having problems with. I've got a noise reduction declicker in my software, and I don't know if it's the microphone or the placement. I've been dealing. There's our mascot.
Did you? Hey, shh. Did you do that with him? Did you go with George and?
No. I want to. I have all the stuff to send him an email, or I guess you got to sign up for it and do all that stuff. I got all that info. I just haven't done it yet. I tried to do it on my own. Create my own stack.
Sense. Yeah.
And, it's.
Now, I had a different engineer 2 or 3 years ago do that for me, and so as far as editing, taking out mouth noise and stuff, very rarely do I have to do anything.
Yeah.
So it's a big help to buy some plugins, and so the software gets rid of 95% of that stuff.
Yeah. I didn't stack it right or do it because it's just not. I'm still getting clicks and pops constantly. And again, it might be microphone placement. I've been playing with that and doesn't seem to help. I don't know. Maybe I just have a clicky poppy mouth. I don't know.
So another question is Wave Studio Rack the same? Is what George Whitman does? I
Correct.
have that down.
It's the same thing. It's
Okay, and then who is Liz Catherton? Castvoices.com.
Atherton, Atherton. No,
Catherton.
no C, no C. A
It shows
like Apple.
it's an A. Okay.
She's a voice talent and coach and booking
Okay.
agent. And she has this site called castvoices.com. You
Right. I
can
had
have
that.
you can have a free profile, or you can pay to have a more robust profile. I have a free profile there. I did some auditioning for some jobs there the last week or 10 days. Didn't land anything, but that's a way to get yourself out there without any expense.
Okay, good.
yep,
Thank you.
yep. I did the same thing. I don't know if you and I were auditioning for the same stuff, but they were
Probably.
yeah. There were some, roles coming out for I don't know, was it a game or some sort of I don't know what it was for like, oh no, it was a documentary for like Disneyland and this and
Right,
that for old
right,
time, they wanted an old time radio announcer voice and a this and a that.
right.
And I thought, well, the word old is in it, so I might as well try.
Yeah.
It goes like that. I actually, I think we talked last month about Upworks and that,
Yeah.
I started doing that, and I think you did too, John. You started going on Upworks and putting out proposals or whatever they call it, which I got one gig, I think, and then I don't know, just the quality of gigs and the money that they're paying are like, yeah, it's not even worth my time.
Well, that's what I figured. Now, when I first got started 2, 3 years ago, Fiverr and Upwork were my two sources of work, and I did land some stuff. I have not auditioned for anything on Upwork for over a year, but I do have a couple of clients that do come back to me for
Okay.
additional jobs, but I haven't wasted any time or money on Upwork in quite a while.
Yeah. I've got I don't know what they're called. You have to pay for these little things
Connect,
to connects. Yeah.
yeah.
And I've got connects that I bought long ago, and I thought, well, if something comes up, I'm going to send out a proposal, and I did. I saw one. It was for a YouTube narration, kind of a narrator for YouTube shorts,
Hmm.
and the money wasn't bad. They had 5-10 minute shorts, and they were looking at $100. I'm
Oh,
thinking, I'll give it a shot. And
yeah.
I'll be darned, the guy contacted me back and said, "Hey, let's talk about this and what type of equipment do you have and can you send me a test to see your quality and all of this." And so I got that back. I haven't, and I sent him all what he wanted. So we'll see
And who
what
was
happens.
that with? Who was that with?
He's a YouTube creator, YouTube video creator, and he does different. His name is Luke something. Can't remember
But
his
it wasn't
last.
with Upworks, or it wasn't with that.
It was through Upworks.
Oh, it was. Okay.
Yeah,
I it's really funny on my notes. I have Upworks written, and then next to it, I have never mind.
we were probably talking about that, and both John and I were like, "Yeah, we're not really
Yeah.
doing it right now." But I kind of saw that one, and I thought, I'll give it a shot. So we'll see what happens. If I can do a little narration here or there, and they do different topics. They just have a myriad of different topics, and he was saying that they do 50 to 60 different topics a month, and I'm thinking, well,
Oh,
let's give it a shot. So we'll see what happens with that. So that's what I've been doing, and getting more shortlisted. I did this one audition for Green Mountain Coffee. Have you ever heard of Green Mountain Coffee?
Mm-mm.
Yeah. It was just a kind of like a tagline thing, and it was amazing. I mean, the line was probably 7, 8 words long, and they were doing, I think, $800 for that. And I was like, oh yeah, I want that. It was through my agent, and I, got shortlisted. I got all excited, and then I didn't hear anything else. So
Crap.
So
Can I
they
say-
didn't even buy you a cup of coffee?
not even a cup of coffee.
Yeah, a
What,
gift card, for a cup of coffee, yeah, or a bag
Yeah,
of coffee.
bullshit.
Well,
Really, man.
that's just nonsense.
I know, but again, auditioning and this and that, and doing my thing, and hopefully, like I said earlier, hopefully wanting to get out of their survival.
Mhm.
Yeah, I can talk. I talk for a living. Get out of my survival job as quickly as possible.
Uh,
I'm thinking that I'm going to give them my notice in this month sometime, and
Ooh.
it'll take a while to find someone to hire. We'll have to do the interview process and go through resumes, and then there'll be a training time and all that. So I'm hoping that maybe sometime in November I can say farewell to all of them.
well, if you give your notice now, maybe you'll be out before the end of the year.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. So
October, November, December. Yeah.
start 2024 fresh.
Yeah.
Good.
2024, guys. Oh God.
You're supposed to have flying cars and stuff by
Yeah.
now. Like George Jetson.
Right.
Exactly.
Where's mine? I don't know. I haven't seen mine.
Yes, that's good. That's good. So
Well,
at any rate,
Earlier, well, I guess in September, I got an email out of the blue from some video production company in the UK
yeah.
looking for a voiceover for this project. And this didn't come from any platform. It just came direct. And I've not done any direct marketing.
I was going to ask. Yeah.
So I was kind of skeptical, and but it turned out to be legit. And I made $350 on that thing. It was industrial for this company that has this tracking device that you put on tractor trailers, and you can tell how much product is in your trailer and where it is and all of that. And so that was pretty cool.
Nice.
And
Congratulations.
thank you.
So
And
do you know how they got your name? Or?
no, well, that's just it. So I asked the guy, how'd you find me? And he says, well, I was given a list of voiceover talent from somebody else who is no longer with the company. And the client liked my demos. And so they picked me. But it's a mystery. I don't know how they found me. But anyway, I was glad that they did. And then I've signed up for a VO Planet.
Okay.
And I'm on there active. And I've that just went live last week. So I've auditioned for a few things, haven't landed anything yet. And then I completed my profile on Bodalgo, and I'm waiting for that to get green lighted so then I can start working on that platform.
Very nice. You've been a busy boy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nice.
All right. Cool. So what does God, it's been so long since, I mean, I joined Boldago years ago.
Uh-huh.
And I can't even remember what the process was of joining. I mean, I remember signing up and going through stuff and send them a couple of my demos.
Yeah, you got to post a bunch of stuff. You complete your profile, your training, what kind of equipment you have,
Yeah.
upload a demo and all of this. And then I started the process 2 or 3 weeks ago and then got sidelined. And of course, until you finish it, nobody looks at it. So
Right.
now that I've completed my profile, now I'm in line for somebody to give me a thumbs up or thumbs down, and then get to work.
Yeah. Good.
Does Bodalgo have the writing too. Is that the one that has, they do writers also, voiceovers and writers?
It's Voice Bunny.
Oh, Voice Bunny. Okay.
Yeah, Voice Bunny has they have the voiceover, they have the writing, and then they have the, I guess, logo design group.
Mhm.
There's like 3 different categories they have.
Well, Bodago is headquartered in Germany.
Yeah.
And so they're European based, and VO Planet is in Florida.
There you
So,
go, Cindy.
How do you spell that? The Vidalgo?
Bulldog.
Bodalgo.
Logo. Okay. Thank you.
Yes.
I want to look into that one too. I wrote down VO Planet and Vidalgo too. I want to look into those and see about doing
So that
something.
now that's be like boy, Bodalgo.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. You would think with VO it would start with a V, but no.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'll never find it with a V.
No. And I
So
don't know what Bodago means. Bodago means in German. Or what it actually means.
Well, that roughly translated is as you get paid in Deutschmarks.
Yeah. Okay.
Cougarans, right? You get Cougarans.
Yeah, right.
Well, I actually did that one job where I got paid in euros, which was actually pretty good because it was more in euros than in US dollars.
Right. Nice.
So that was a good one.
Yeah.
All right. Well, cool. That's groovy. So, and Doug, what you been doing?
Well,
Other than driving around the countryside.
other than drive around the countryside, yeah. I struggle with the technology end of this thing, and I've come to the dramatic conclusion. The last 2 times I've come down here, my laptop that I do my recording through, I don't know what happens between times that I play with it. It goes down, and then I got a blank screen, and then I take forever to get the goofy thing back up. And then if I've had something on the laptop that I haven't closed, I lose that. So then I start with that. So I've come to the conclusion that what I'm going to do between now and our next meeting is new computer, new iPad here. This is just I struggle with this goofy thing every time. Not the iPad so much, but the computer. I just fight with it constantly.
How old is your computer? Yeah.
Well, that's the thing. I think the computer, I know I probably had it 5, 6 years at least, maybe a little more than that. And you know how the stuff deteriorates so quickly, or seems to, or gets outdated. The iPad, I probably had it 10 years or so. And, it doesn't, I don't really use it for the recording, but I do use it for some other things as far as, getting the scripts and things. And I think I just need to redo the whole thing. And there's a computer store down the street here that I worked with. The guy's been pretty good. In fact, I think I got my laptop from him. So I'm going to go down and see him either tomorrow or Friday when I get back, and see about redoing my computer, or probably getting a new one, because I think mine is just plain outdated.
Is it Apple or PC?
It's a PC.
Yeah. Okay.
So yeah, so I think that's the whole thing. The studio here too. I've been looking around at this last few days too, and I told you, the walls come tumbling down here. They've redone it. So these guys are coming back in to do the warranty work on my already drywalled walls. They're coming down on the 23rd. So I think when that happens, I'm going to redo this part of the studio too. It's a little cumbersome here. I told you I'm in the closet here, the garage, in the closet. I think this needs to be rearranged to make it a little more user friendly and a little more ergonomically feasible, because I seem to go back and forth between the desk and up here and over there, and so I'm gonna redo that, do the whole thing. So I just need a total revamp, I think, to really get myself to use this more and get my derriere in gear, and really work on some stuff rather than just talk about it. So,
well, I know actually you've sent me some recordings in the past, in the very distant past.
yes, I know.
Hint, hint. they didn't sound bad. I mean, as far as what you have there, recording wise, it's been working. You know, I don't know what struggles you've had with your computer, but as far as the sound itself, it doesn't sound bad.
Yeah, I think as far as how I have the studio set up or the recording area here, which I'm standing in right now, I don't have the door closed, obviously, but it does stay pretty quiet. Kind of keeps the background noise at bay, and it's really not bad as far as hearing myself. It works pretty good.
Well, if you're gonna go and do all of that remodeling in your basement again, change out all your lighting to LED. Get rid of the fluorescent.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah, that's for sure. I've got those on now, and I'm sure if I recorded anything, yeah, those would come through. But yeah, and I've turned those off, and they've usually worked. It's quieted it down a lot.
Oh yeah.
Is that because of the sound from the fluorescent light? I don't know if
It makes kind of a hum or something, doesn't it? What is that?
Yeah, it's a 60 cycle hum. Basically, that's what a fluorescent light puts out.
Mm-hmm. Not only that, but the LEDs are more energy efficient, so it'll cut down in your electric bill too.
Yeah.
Or for the floor, because I do have fluorescent light in mine. So is it?
Yeah.
So
was that light on when you did your recording for the for CBS?
So. Yeah.
I'd be surprised to hear how that turned out.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll buzz. It's what's funny is you don't really notice it when you're recording and you're standing in the room, but all of a sudden you'll be listening to the recording. It's like, what in the hell? What is that buzz sound?
Can you change the bulbs? Is that what you're saying?
You got to change the fixture.
Yeah, got to change the fixture.
I'll just leave it off.
Or turn the light off and put a little lamp in there with an incandescent or a LED light in there, and then you have that.
Actually, I think they do have like 4-foot LED tubes that you could put in an existing fluorescent fixture.
Oh, do they?
I think so.
There's my.
Check at the hardware store.
Yeah, those are big tubes up there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll do that.
Yeah, that would be size. I've never heard of that. That would be interesting if they did.
Yeah.
Because it's not necessarily to my knowledge, to my understanding, it's not necessarily the light bulb itself. It's the ballast inside the fixture.
Yeah.
It makes it. Yeah.
That's what kind of makes that humming sound again. That's
I think you're probably right. So the best thing to do would just be to swap out the fixture entirely.
Yeah.
Go LED.
Yeah.
Or just keep it off.
Yes.
Yeah. By flashlight.
I've got a couple little one of the desks that gives me enough light, but it's better to change that out anyway and save a little electricity.
Yeah. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so that's kind of where I stand with my equipment struggle, I guess, and that's what I really need to address. I think first of all is to get those things changed out, make them so they're user friendly, and the thing doesn't shut itself down in between and lose the things I had. I think I took the laptop upstairs last week one day, and it had shut off down here, and it took me. Oh God, then you get the updates. So Microsoft wants to update this. Don't turn off your computer. And then you wait for like 45 minutes or so for the goofy thing to update. And then it starts all over again. So I think I've got something in my laptop that just needs to be.
Something's in your hard drive that's not working right. There's something wrong there.
Exactly. Yeah. So I just need to take it and water it up.
Yeah.
I think that's the thing to do with that one. Yeah. Or use it for a wheel chalk on one of the trucks. I don't know.
Yeah. Right.
So that's kind of where I'm at, guys. And sorry, I don't make any forward progress. It doesn't seem like, but I struggle with more of the things here. And this hopefully will help me and get me moving forward with this stuff.
Well, the first thing you got to do is get your space and your equipment right. And after you have that, then you can move forward. So it looks like you're on the right track there, Doug.
Yeah.
Well, I hope. Thank you.
Yeah, you gotta have things all comfortable. I mean, I've heard, the professionals out there and the experienced ones saying, oh yeah, you can just go into your closet and go in between your clothing and put your mic and hit go and record. If you're not comfortable in your space, it's just not going to come out right.
It does.
I mean, it may technically sound, okay, noise reduction and all that, but if you're not feeling it, and that's my problem. Working full time now, John. I believe you're full time voiceover retired. You're not working.
I have no other jobs. That's correct.
Yes. You quit pushing drugs, right? You're no longer doing that. Yeah.
Right.
Both you and Cindy are old drug pushers, aren't you?
That's how we got together. Yeah.
Big nasty pharma people. Oh my gosh.
Okay. I know, it's like I'm talking about that. I mean, it's not only it's like the generic drugs. A friend of mine has gout and was just put on colchicine, and when he told me the cost, I said, you have got to be kidding me. It was like $200. That drug has been around for freaking ever.
Yeah. I get my only prescription I have is the blood pressure, and it's cheap. It's like $20 a month or something.
And that's funny you bring it up, because I just got something from I have my Colorado license yet. And they told me I have to renew it, and I'm going back and forth whether I just want to make it inactive or what I want to do. So I haven't decided yet. I'm not going to work in pharmacy again, but I don't know.
Well, you just answered your own question.
There you go.
Just going to make it inactive.
A buddy of mine just lives down the street. He's a pharmacist. He's several years older than me. And I retired, and I told him I'm not renewing my license. I'm done. I'm not going to work in pharmacy anymore. And he says, well, I'm going to renew mine one more time. So we spent another $500 and did 30 hours of continuing education and all of this for nothing. So here we are 2 years later, and I saw him last week, and he says, I'm not going to renew my license. I said, well, good for you.
I know, that's what I'm going to do too.
Yeah. I did the same thing with my contractor's license. Had it for years, and I was keeping it active, and I was doing every 2 years or whatever it was, both my contractors and my real estate. And I got to a point, I'm not going to own another company. I'm not going to be selling real estate. I'm, hell with it. I just let them all lapse, and not going to renew. And what do? I end up going to work for a construction company, and do you have your license still? No.
Well, it's a good thing, because they'd have just piled more crap on you if you did have it.
Exactly. Yeah. I said, nope, don't have it. I'm not going to go after it again. No way. That's any rate. We digressed. What the hell was I talking about before we got onto the drugs?
About doing something full time that you're going to put in your notice, so that you just do, so that you're not doing something else besides voiceovers.
Doug, you're raising your hand.
I have a question.
What is the question?
Yeah, I meant to ask you guys, when you do your recordings, is it better to stand up or sit down?
I stand. I just feel comfortable, because I feel then you can breathe, and you're not and I know a lot of people do them sitting, but I just feel, for me, your diaphragm then is not kind of constricted. So I stand. I just feel more comfortable, because then I use my hands and stuff. I have to make sure I don't touch anything when I'm talking.
Well, my space is in our walk-in closet, and the way I have the thing set up with the shelf that is devoid of clothes, so I have someplace up on my computer. It's at a place where I really have to sit in order to do the thing. Now, if I was doing animation or video games or something where they encourage you to move around a lot as part of your character, then I would move things around and stand. But I sit so far. I sit up straight. I don't slunch over, so I can get enough air in my lungs and all of that. But that's my personal preference.
I stand myself, because my booth that I built is geared for standing. I could make it where I could put a little shelf in there and make it so that I could sit. but again, I've heard that, you know, if you're doing mostly short, uh, not long reads, you know, not doing audiobooks or long narrations or anything like that, they tend to, the people out there, they say that sitting is much more comfortable and you can get your, you know, posture right, like what John says. But for, you know, long form stuff, sitting is preferred. The other stuff, standing is preferred. It's kind of, you know, whatever trips your trigger.
Well,
Exactly.
So
and I
it
guess
doesn't
it has
really.
to do, and I guess it has to do too with your equipment and stuff. So for the longest time, I mean, I only had the Audio Technica. I didn't have really, I guess I could have bought something that I could sit, but it's on a pole. You know, we got when we did Such a Voice. So it was just conducive to standing. Then when I got the Yeti, you know, then I could sit and do it. But then when I used the Yeti the last time, I put it on this thing and it
That
seemed,
that pole is called a mic stand.
Yes.
yeah, there you go, the pole.
Unless she's using the pole for something else.
Well, you know, I didn't want to go there.
I did take pole dancing once, a class out
Oh,
in
of
once.
course you did.
There
It
you
is
are. She's
really
got
hard. It is really, really hard. I had a really respect for those women who do that. I mean, it is not easy.
And
a-
so
That's
do I.
how they make all those chips.
Yeah.
That
I have a lot of respect for those women too.
Yes.
good.
Yeah. I put a few of
Dollar
them
at a
through
time.
college, so I know
Oh
they're
my
just.
God, it was like a workout. It was like, holy crap, what am I doing?
Oh, yeah. We are taking it into the gutter. That's good.
Yeah,
That's good
we
stuff.
are. So anyway, yeah, back to my original
Original
question.
question, still stand.
Yeah, yeah. Now in the closet, I'm set up here to stand up where I'm at, and you know, I could move it to the desk, but didn't know. But then also, you know, your head position. I know it depends, you know, how you get the air to your lungs and out, and those things. Now my screen is set up higher, so I tilt my head up when I read the screen and look at uh, the recording. So I didn't know how that all worked with you guys. What you guys did. I mean, do you keep the text and everything down low? Do you put it up higher? Does it make any difference?
My screens are right at eye level, so that
Okay.
when I'm standing at the mic, I'm looking straight across to the screen.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. And you know, mine, the microphone is pretty much level with my yapper here. But then, you know, I tilt up just a little bit to see the screen. I mean, I can move my eyes. It don't have to necessarily tilt my whole head. So,
Yeah. And
okay.
when you're recording, you should be, you know, I don't know, 6 to 8 inches away from the mic, you know, so that
Right.
when you're, you know,
Yeah.
this is the mic. There you go, right there. You know,
Oh.
right about there, somewhere.
Yeah. All right. Good.
Unless you want to get intimate.
Yeah.
Hey, I tell you, there's, you know, you were talking, John, about, you know, if you're doing animation or something and
Yeah.
you know, moving around. I see these little videos. There's a guy that does a voiceover on these little, like dogs and monkeys at the zoo and stuff. And he does the funniest voiceover things. And I'm listening to him, and, you know, there's one where this dog is kind of like Carlos. He's running back and forth across the room. You hear his voice coming real loud, and then he disappears. Then you hear about it. Then he goes back.
Yeah.
And the guy's just hilarious. I mean, he really does a good job on the voiceovers on those things. So listen to him, and I get a little bit inspired as far as doing something. So
Yeah, good. Well, that's what those videos are there for.
Yep.
No, just to interject something that's kind of taken us off topic here. One of the things that I kind of got excited about when I was going to all these museums, because you know, you do all these audios, and I just would love to do the
Audio tours.
oh, I would just love to do that. I
Yeah.
think
Yeah. That's a thing.
that
Yeah.
and so those are I would like to do that. The
And your meditation thing, you
meditation ones,
you gotta
as
get
well
more of
as
those.
the
Yeah,
medical.
yeah.
So, and I've been doing the meditation and they record those. I've been doing the meditation on the COVID Survivors for Change. That's my thing. I do it every Thursday. So I will record it and send it to you, Mark.
Yeah.
Because a couple other things I want to add to my website, but those audio, actually, I listen to them and think, oh my God, I could do that.
Yeah.
So,
Yes.
really pretty cool. I
I
like
just
it.
did a audition on VO Planet for a
Mhm.
meditation video or meditation podcast or whatever. They needed a male voice, you know, a soothing male voice.
Yeah, I did that too.
Oh, did you?
Yeah,
Cool. Cool.
It really makes a difference because
I
I
hope
must
one of us
say,
gets it.
I
yeah.
listen to some meditations and I just can't stand the voice. And so I just won't listen to it.
Right.
So I think it really does make a difference. So
Yeah. Yeah. My wife does the same thing. She listens to those meditation recordings constantly,
Yeah.
and she'll have her headphones on and she'll go, "Oh, Mark, listen to this."
yeah, it's like, yeah,
And I'm like, wow, that guy got paid for that, you know?
I know, really, right?
Well, I talked to my wife and she nods right off. So there might be something to it. I don't know.
There
There
you
Yeah. Yeah.
Perfect. This
All
was
right.
fun. We'll talk
Yeah.
to you in a couple of weeks.
Couple of weeks. Okay.
Sounds
Have
good,
fun.
guys.
Yeah.
All
Bye
right.
bye.
Be
Bye.
good.